Hello everyone. So this is Gaurav here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So this is second video of regular expression or regex series. This video will be all about introduction to regular expression part 2. Hold on. I'm assuming that you have seen the first video that is on introduction to regular expression part 1. If not, I'll highly recommend you first go and watch the video, then come back to this video, because that is where you will get motivation in order to start learning regular expression. I'll provide the link in description below. Now without wasting any further time, let's get started. Okay, so as in the beginning I already told you that I'm assuming that you have seen the first video that is on introduction to regular expression part 1. So with that I hope that you got enough motivation in order to start learning regex. So this video will be all about introduction to regular expression part 2. Now finally we are going to start learning regex. Now let's see today's agenda. Okay, today we will see what is regex, that is exact definition of regex. Then we will see what is RegEx Engine, so that is what we will learn very deeply. Then we will see generic step or approach of writing any regular expression or regex. Now let's start. Okay, so now I am pretty sure that you could give me the definition of regular expression or regex. Okay, so let's try it out together. So as you can see here, I have one example of regular expression. So before that, regular expression is also known as regex or regex in short. So here you can see the expression that we have here. So these all are the kind of character, right? Whether alphabets or numeric or some kind of special symbol, but these all are the character. So I can say a regular expression is a sequence of character that define a meaningful search pattern. So basically it is defining some kind of meaningful search pattern, right? And with that we can find or validate or replace a desired dataset from a number of dataset, or I can say from an input dataset. So basically regex is supported by almost all programming languages like Python, JavaScript, Java, Ruby, Perl, and yes, Linux. So as you know, like for technology or for programming languages, it should follow some standard, right? So basically almost all RegEx engine are following a standard called POSIX. That's mean Portable Operating System Interface for Unix. It's an IEEE standard, and according to POSIX standard, it is divided into two set. One is basic set and the second one is extended set. So we will discuss about it in the upcoming videos in details with hands-on, like what are the character that we have in basic set and what are the character that we have in extended set, and how to write with the help of those characters. Okay, so have you noticed, like here I have told you one unknown term. Yes, that is RegEx engines. Now let's understand about RegEx engine very deeply. Alright, now let's understand what we mean by RegEx engine. Basically RegEx engine is something which is actually responsible for executing a regular expression pattern. So it executes the regex one character at a time in left to right order. Now let's understand the exact flow with the help of a flow diagram. So at first we have something called a regular expression pattern, as you can see in the left side, right? So we have a regular expression pattern. Then it will go through something called preprocessor. Okay, so those who know about C language, they might have heard the term preprocessor, right? Basically it is kind of, I can say, computer program or a piece of code that basically will convert it the regular expression, it will convert the regular expression into different format, or I can say it will convert it into a compiler understandable format, so that the output of preprocessor can be provided as an input to compiler. Next, compiler will come into the picture. So I know like compiler, this term, like it is known to everybody. Still, let me explain it once. Like as you know, like computer will understand only 0 and 1, right? That is called machine code or binary digit, binary number. So it doesn't understand like any alphabets, numeric, nothing, only 0 and 1. And it is next to impossible to communicate with computer with the help of this 0 and 1. It is very difficult. So that is why we need something in between which will convert what user understand, like user understandable code, into a machine understandable code, like what computer understand, so that it can be processed through the help of processor. So that is what compiler does. So it will convert it into a machine language or machine code, that is 0-1 format. Now RegEx Engine come into the picture. So RegEx Engine is like a runtime, I can say, like for, as you know, like for JavaScript in Chrome browser we have something called wait engine, right? So that is a runtime. For Java I can say we have something like JRE, that is Java runtime. The same way, like we have RegEx Engine, where my regex pattern can be executed. So I can say now the regex pattern is now available in different format in RegEx Engine. Then it will take input dataset. Okay, input dataset means on which we have applied this regex pattern, or we are going to apply this regex pattern. So it will take an input dataset. After that, it will execute it one character at a time, left to right order, and it will try to find it out like whether is there any match in this input dataset, and based on that it will provide or create output dataset. Okay, so I think you can remember in the first video, that is introduction to regex part 1, we have some input dataset in Notepad++, which is of 1000 rows, right? So on that we have applied some regex pattern that is based on 3 criteria, and then we got some output which is of 44 lines of row, right? So that is basically the output here. One more important thing, in Notepad++, that time we were able to apply this regex, that is because there were some regex engine present in Notepad. So without regex engine it is next to impossible to execute any regex pattern. So like any programming language or Notepad, it should have some regex engine present into it, then only we can apply our regular expression pattern. So I hope that you have understood the exact flow, like how basically regex pattern is executing through the help of regex engine, and it is giving us some output. Now we will see like what are the generic step or approach of writing any regular expression pattern. Now let's see generic step of writing any regex. Now first understand this briefly, then I will tell you with the step in details. At first, an input file or dataset will be provided to you. Then you have to understand the requirement, like what data need to be included and what data need to be excluded. Based on that, you have to come up with some kind of pattern. You have to find some kind of pattern. Once it is done, then you have to implement the same pattern with the help of regular expression. And at the end, you have to use some kind of regex engine in order to implement that in the given input dataset. Now let's understand it again with the help of step. So in the first step, we have to understand the requirement, like what data need to be included and what data need to be excluded. After that, you have to identify the pattern in the inclusion or exclusion list. So once it is done, in step 3, you have to apply the same pattern with the help of regex. At the last, you have to use some kind of regex engine, like we have grep, sed, for Linux, and you have to apply that same pattern on the given input dataset. and then you will get your desired output. So I hope that you have understood the complete step, like how to approach any regular expression pattern from an input dataset. So that's all for this video. In the upcoming video, we will see basic set, like what are the characters those are available in basic set, how to use them with hands-on, and one more thing, that for each character we will be following these 4 steps only in order to get our desired output. So thanks for watching. If you found this video as informative, you can share this with your friend, and if you have any doubt, any queries anywhere, please let me know by giving a comment in the comment section. I will surely give you reply on that. See you on the next video. For now, take care, tata, bye bye.